If there's one thing we can all agree on instantly, it's that we never seem to have enough time. I mean, if you'd like, you can look at this speech. I've only got, 2 more minutes to talk to you all. But I don't just mean today. Doesn't it always feel like we're battling the clock to get things done, racing our to-do list on a never-ending track? And the opposite is true. In fact, I'd say more often the opposite is true. I'm positive that I'm not the only person in here who has a horrible habit of completely wasting my inset days, and more often than not, my weekends as well. The hours just never seem to pass like they should. Instead, seconds turn to minutes, minutes turn to hours, and before I know it, it's 10:30 and I've got absolutely nothing done with my time. And sure, I'm using my time to do something that I vaguely enjoy. I'm playing on my phone or lounging around in the living room. But again, when that day is up, I always feel this deep sense of frustration, like I've wasted it somehow. And I've felt this same feeling before, but on a much larger scale. When I moved from Canada to England, I didn't understand at all what it meant. I still thought I'd be able to pop back across the Atlantic to see my family on the weekends and skate at my local ice rink whenever I wanted to. I even thought that I'd be able to have weeknight sleepovers at my cousin's, wake up at 7, 20, 30-minute commute across the Atlantic Ocean, be here for 8? What's the problem? But now, obviously, thankfully, I know that if I want to go ice skating, it'll cost me a month's allowance at the Natural History Museum. And if I want to see my family for the weekend, that'll cost me more money in plane tickets than I've ever laid my eyes upon. And that's the reason why I haven't seen my cousins, who I love to hang out with more than anything in the world. That's the reason I haven't seen them for what's coming up to a year now. Because time is short. There's just no way to predict what might be thrown at you from down the road. Now that it's so hard for me to spend that quality time I so desire with my family, my cousins, my friends back in Canada, I can see all the lazy Saturday afternoons I wasted, the times they were sitting across the table from me and I couldn't even be bothered to interact with them. It's true, we don't have a lot of time, but what matters is how we use the time we have. Did you know that the average person in the UK has 3 hours of free time a day? That's 21 hours a week. I think we should all be asking a very important question of ourselves. How are you going to make your hours, your minutes, your seconds even? How are you going to make the time that you have count? Thank you.